Welcome back to the small stuff. Welcome to the small stuff. Welcome to the small stuff. Welcome back to the small stuff. One of the most valuable things we can do for our learners is be predictable. It's very powerful, and there's a biological reason why. If we go into our brains, that's a brain, and here's our brain stem, then what we need to understand is that thinking happens on the outside of the brain, but all of the sensory information that we read through our eyes, that we touch, that we hear, it must come through the brain stem, through what's called the amygdala, which is also known as the primitive or the reptilian brain. This is the part that says, is this information recognisable? This is the part that will trigger the flight or the fight response, and if what's happening, if what's being sensed is unknown, is unusual, is new, is different, then that actually causes stress and can prevent the message that we're trying to get through from getting through. So if we're wanting to get information through, and the way in which we're delivering that information is found by the brain to be new, unusual, different, then we are adding a layer of stress and tension which obscures the extent to which that message actually gets through to the part of the brain that's responsible for thinking. When we're adding new information, we want to embed that new information with old information. That requires processing of the information, which occurs in the upper levels of the brain. But to get it there, we've got to get through the reptile brain. And the way we do that is by making the way we do things predictable. Every episode of the small stuff has the small stuff written up there. I put a heading in here. Likewise, the way we present our information to learners can be the same font all the time, the same way of presenting information, instructions, all those sorts of things, the little things. And we'll look at some of those in more detail in later episodes. But the important thing from here is, if we become too unpredictable, then we can create too much tension here, which prevents learning here. Something to bear in mind.